Hey, it's Jeanette, the digital content manager here at Opens Clicks Cash. And today we are going to be talking about how you can automate your digital product sales or your physical product sales inside of Ontraport. But before we get into the video, I just want to make sure you guys like this video. Go ahead and share it on all your social media platforms. And if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe because every Wednesday and Friday, we are going to be dropping gems on how you can grow your business. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do, I'm going to just share my screen really quick. And the first thing we're going to do once we get inside of Ontraport is we're going to go ahead and add our products here. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so like I said, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and add a product. So you want to go over to sales, which is in the menu at the top of the screen. Scroll down to products and click there. And you can see I have a few here from other examples I've done, but I'm going to add a new one just so you can see how I do it. I'm going to click on the green button that says add new product. And I decided to do an ebook for this example, so I'm going to do 2024 Chicago real estate guide. Okay, and I think I made the price $27. And if you would like to put in an internal name or a SKU, you can, but I'm not going to do that. It's not necessary as far as Ontraport goes for tracking or anything like that. It's really just for you and your team if you want to include that information. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Okay, and as you can see, it's right here, 2024 Chicago Real Estate Guide. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a PDF. So let's just, like I said, I'm acting as though we're doing a ebook. So usually ebooks are PDFs. So if you want to add a PDF document to your Ontraport account, what you need to do is go up to the corner where you have your profile image. So you will scroll down and hit administration. And the very first option here at the top left is File Manager. So you click on File Manager, and what we're going to do is click Upload File. And it's going to ask, do we want to browse? So we'll go ahead and browse and get our PDF. I already had it in here just to make the video easier. So here we go. All right, so we're all set. Just, oh, okay, here we go. I had to move my window. Okay, so now that we have the product under sales and we have the actual PDF inside of our files, what we're going to do is we're going to add that information to our product sales page. Now, if you didn't catch my last video, I already talked through how to create a page inside of Ontraport, so I'm not going to go back through that. I did pre-build a sales page just for this video, so make sure if you don't know how to create pages inside of Ontraport, you go back and watch my last video. Okay, so here it is. We have the example real estate book page, so I'm going to click into that. I did this really quick, so don't mind the appearance. I am not a graphic designer. So I'm going to scroll down and right here where it says add and edit product, I'm going to click on that button. And then we're going to go where it says add product over here to the left in blue. I'm going to click there. And here it is, my 2024 Chicago Real Estate Guide. All right, it's $27. You can add tax if you want, you can do all of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. I'm going to hit done again. And now my sales page is ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And I'm going to use one of Ontraport's domains, shy Shy Real Estate. And I'm just going to click the first option for the domain, and I'm going to save and publish. Simple as that. And again, remember, you can always use sales page templates. Ontraport has a lot of options when it comes to their templates, and then you can just customize it for your brand. Okay, so I'm going to click on this link just so that the page will open, but we're not going to fill it out yet. So this is the page. And once we're done building out the automation, I'll go ahead, we'll test it together, and I'll come back here and fill everything out. Okay, so that was step 2. The very next thing we're going to do is build automation. So let's get to it. Okay, so actually, before we get started building out the automation, what we're going to do is create an email that's going to deliver our ebook to every customer. So in the menu option for contacts, you can scroll down to where it says messages and click there. And then you're going to click this orange button here that says new message. And then you're going to click on raw HTML email. All right, so I'm going to give this message a name up at the top left. This is an internal name that, you and your team will use to find the email if you need to. Just going to put a quick name. All right. And of course, you would fill out all the information about the send info, the send from email. And you're going to, of course, put in your email subjects. All right. So I'm just going to create a very basic email because, I just want to show you guys how it works. And of course, you can tailor this to your brand. Some people have email banners. Some people, get really fancy. So you can, decide how you want to deliver your ebook or your digital products. For this example, like I said, I'm just going to do something very basic because I just want to show you guys how everything works. Here is your guide, and I'm going to say click here to So we're going to highlight this. We're going to, of course, click the link button here. And then instead of putting in a URL, we can link to file. So we're going to click this gray button to link to file. And then we are going to find our PDF, which is right here, 2024 Chicago Real Estate Guide. And we're going to upload the file there. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to press that. We're going to click the link to file. And here is our 2024 Chicago Real Estate Guide PDF. And I'm going to hit select. All right, there we go. So now it's all set. I'm just going to say thanks. And, of course, you would put in your name and information at the bottom. You always want to hit copy from HTML when you're writing emails. So I'm going to click copy from HTML. It's asking me, do I want to track the links? Yes, I do. And then if you want to be safe, you can always send yourself a test email just to make sure your links work. That's what we do. I'm just going to save it here for now. And our email delivery is all set. Now, I do want to say that Ontraport does automatically send customers a receipt. So you don't have to worry about sending them a receipt. As soon as they buy it, they will get an automatic invoice from Ontraport. So no worries about that. All right, let me move my window down here. Okay, I'm going to exit out. And now we're finally ready to go ahead and build out the automation. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so in order to create an automation, we're going to go under the contact menu option at the top and scroll down to automations. Once we get there, you're going to go ahead and click on the orange button that says new automation. Now, Ontraport does have a few templates, but we're going to start from scratch. And the very first thing I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to give this a name. All right, just something really quick. Okay, so this first box you'll see as I hover over is orange. This is when you add a contact to an automation manually. So this can happen for a number of reasons, but in the case of, someone buying a book, the only way I think someone would be added manually to this automation is maybe if they paid for the book in person and, you just want to make sure that they get the product. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here on the gray box that was underneath. I hope I didn't do that too fast. So we're going to click on this what happens next box. And then we're going to add a filter and a go-to. All right, so we're going to let that sit there for a moment. And then we're going to press this arrow to add a trigger. All right, so the very first trigger that we're going to add here is when someone completes the form. So this is the form that we just created. When someone goes online and they find our sales page, they want the book, they fill it out and complete their purchase. That is the form that we're talking about here for this trigger. Once that form is completed, the trigger is going to activate. So let's first add this trigger. What you're going to do is click the orange box to the right that says add trigger. And they have several trigger options, but we are going to click on the one that says contact submits a form. And then Ontraport is asking what form do we want to use as this trigger. So if you click on the down arrow, you will get a list of all your forms, but of course we only have one, right? So I'm just going to click that one. It's going to ask what block. Of course, we know there was only, I believe, 2 blocks. So it's the real estate book purchase block. I'm moving my window out of the way. Okay, so, and you see how it says and order is successful. So here we go. All right, now, after someone submits the form, what happens next? So we're going to click on this gray button. And of course, we want them to go ahead and get our email with the delivery, right? So we're going to click send an email. And then we're also going to go back to the go-to that's under the trigger where we add the contacts manually. So this go-to would just connect to the email. Okay, so whether someone submits the form or whether they are added to this automation manually, the first thing that happens after that is they will get an email. So in order to select the correct email, we're going to click on the box. And then over here to the left, we're going to select the email that we just wrote. So it was OCCEM real estate book delivery. So I'm going to go ahead and click there. And I'm going to click done. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is when you do create triggers, you have to pay attention to the settings. Okay, so I'm going to click on the first one again. Okay, so this is asking us if the trigger is activated and the contact is already on the map, then what should they do? Usually, Ontraport has a default for ignore this trigger, but it just depends on your system. So is this something that can be done more than once? I mean, someone could potentially buy our ebook more than once. If somehow maybe they deleted it and they just wanted it again, that could be a reason why they would buy it again. So we can do add here again when triggered. Okay, so for the second trigger, when someone submits the form, they're going to ask us who can activate this trigger. So we want to make sure that any contact in the account can activate this trigger. All right, so that setting is fine. If you want to just see the other option, it would be any contact on this map. So there are some cases where, you might build an automation and you don't want anyone in the account to be able to land on that trigger. Okay, so I will go ahead and leave it as is. Any contact in the account can activate this. And then it says, if the contact is already on the map, then what should we do? So the default is ignore this trigger. I'm going to put add here again. Like I said, this totally depends on what kind of automation you're building. In this case, it is possible that someone could buy this ebook more than once. And if they do, I want them to get the email and get the PDF again. So that's why I selected those settings. All right, so after they get the email with the delivery, what do we want to happen? Now, depending on your business, you might have a sales sequence where you're upselling them, like say the book, the book in this case is $27. So maybe you're going to have a master class for real estate agents and, you're charging $100 and it's, a 4-hour thing where people can log on to your Zoom and, learn all about Chicago real estate. You could just end it here, which is what we're going to do in a second. There are so many things that you can do. You can also notify yourself or a team member. So if you want, let's say every time somebody purchases a book, you want to get an email to say, hey, you got a sale. Then you can also you can click on what happens next. Once the options pop up, you can click in the search bar, notify, and you can either notify by text or you can notify by email. If you notify by email, then, of course, you would have to go and create an email that says, hey, you just got a new purchase, or, write this down, keep track, blah, blah, blah. However you want to complete the process. In this case, we just want to create a basic sales automation. So once someone purchases it, and they get their email with the delivery, then we're just going to let them leave the map. So this would be the process for a digital product. So let's see. There is an end here, but we're not going to leave it on end because we want to make sure that those contacts leave the map, because you just don't want contacts lingering on maps. So there's a button here. Once you click on end, this settings section comes up on the left, and you can click the box that says remove contacts from this automation. So I'm going to click there and then hit done. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and save. All right. Now, if someone buys something that's not a digital product, that's what we're going to talk about next, because I do realize that some of you are shipping real products. So now we can go ahead and talk about how you can automate this process for physical products. All right, so if you're shipping out physical products, what you can do is you can notify yourself or a team member that an order has been made and that the product needs to be shipped. So everything else that we did just now would be exactly the same. Of course, the email would be slightly different. Instead of saying, here, here's your download, you would basically let them know when they can expect their product to be delivered. So maybe 5 to 7 days. And then you can maybe give them a customer service email or phone number, if they have any issues. But everything else will be exactly the same. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add an element. These are all elements, by the way. So the trigger, the go-to, the email, the exit here, these are called elements. So what we're going to do is add another element as a notification that an order was received. And this, again, is for physical products. So we're going to click here on the plus sign in the middle of the exit and the email send. So after the person gets their email on when to expect their product, the very next thing that would happen is a notification email will be sent. So I'm going to click notify with email here. And we are going to notify either ourselves or a team member, whoever needs to ship it. So we're going to notify, I'm just going to put me here. And please note that you can also do custom email, but I'm going to do me. And then they're asking me with what email. I'm going to click new message. So yes, you guys can create messages from inside of the automations tab if you need to. So I'm going to give this message a quick name. Just going to put shipping request. Okay. So I'm going to click save and edit. And of course, we're going to click on raw HTML email. Okay. So now that we're in here in the messages section, you know, of course, you would fill out everything here at the top. We're going to add a quick email subject. Someone purchased your book. Please ship it to them. All right, so I'm going to create a quick message. And remember, this is an internal message. So however you and your team communicate, you would just let them know. Please be advised that someone just purchased your book. Here are the shipping details. All right, so of course we would use our merge field. We would use our merge fields to go ahead and give ourselves or our team member the information. So we're just going to put their name, and then we'll use the merge field here for first name, last name. We'll do email. And then of course, since it's a physical product, we would do their address. So address here. Make sure you always do address too, in case you know they need to put an apartment number. Then we're going to do city. And then state. And the zip code. All right. So again, notice that I did write out everything. So that way, if there is any information that's missed, you would be able to reach out to that person and say, hey, you know, I didn't get your address or whatever have you. So I'm going to click just sign off and by saying thanks. And of course, when you are creating emails, you always want to wrap long lines and you always want to copy from HTML. So I'll click yes here. And then we'll save. All right, so like I said, this is the exact same process. After the customer purchases the products on your form, they will get an email letting them know that the item will be shipped to them by whatever date. And then you would get an email notification letting you know where to ship the item. So that's pretty much how you do it with Ontraport if it's a physical product. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and test this out. So I am going to act as a customer. I'm going to fill out this form, and then I'm going to show you guys how the email comes into them when they get their product. Okay, all right, let's do it. All right, so before we test out everything, we are going to make sure to publish this automation right here on the top right corner where it says publish. We'll click there, and then we'll hit save and publish. And now the automation is live. So I'm going to back out so you can see that. All right, see here under state, it says live. So that means that it's ready to go. Now I'm going to go back to the form. Remember, I left it open. So here is the form. I'm going to completely fill this out like a new customer. Chicago. I'm just putting anything, guys. I put Chicago, Texas, Lord, but it's all good. All right, name, card number. Of course, this is a dummy gateway, so just put in the fake card number, expiration, and then, oh, put in a 3-digit code and submit. Okay. All right, so everything went through. Now we can go back to the automation. We click in here. We'll see that my contact, Gina Waters, came through via the form. So I filled out the form. It shows that I passed through here. The trigger was activated. Then the email with the delivery was sent out. And then, of course, as you know, I added this notification email just to show you if you're shipping physical products that you can also notify yourself or a team member, to send out the order. So both of those emails went out, and then Gina Waters was taken off of this map. So now that that is done, we can see that the automation worked well. I'm going to check the email. So this is the customer email. So as you can see, I received my book. It says, "Hi, Gina, here is your 2024 Chicago Real Estate Guide. Click here to download it now." And here it is. So, obviously, this is not a full book, but that's how it would go to your customers if you're sending out a digital product. Again, you know that there was also an email sent out to myself that would just notify me that I need to ship an order. So I'm going to go to my personal email. I'm just going to I'm going to pause the share, and then I'll check my personal email and I'll bring it right back up. So let me just check that. All right, so I'm back inside the customer email, and I just wanted to show you really quick that ONTRAPORT also sent the invoice. So this is the receipt that your customers would get when they make a purchase. Like I was telling you before, this is done by ONTRAPORT automatically, so it's not something that you need to do. So she received her receipt and she received her book. So we're good on that. All right, I'm going to go back and check the notification email again. I didn't see it at first, so I'm going to check again. Sometimes ONTRAPORT does have a slight delay. All right, and I do see it here. I'm going to pull it back up for you. Okay, so as you can see, we got the email. Someone purchased your book. It's 0 minutes ago, it's 3:51. So you can tell that, this is from now. And again, it shows the person's name, their email, and it shows their address. Okay, so this is the notification email that you can send to yourself or your teammate on, the orders that you receive and that need to be shipped out. Okay, so that is it. We're done with that process. I hope this was helpful. Again, remember to share this video. Remember to subscribe, because every Wednesday and Friday we do drop videos on, just different things to help you grow your business and to just become better with digital marketing. So subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you next time.